Welcome to Business Central Launch Event 2025 Release Wave 1. In this session, we will show you new functionality related to sustainability, water and waste management. Okay, let's remind you what was our primary focus in first two waves. It was related to emissions, and specifically to these three different emissions: carbon, methane, and nitrogen oxide. And we added in previous wave carbon equivalent as a new model for expression different calculations. But now with this wave, we extended functionality to water and waste management. We did it before because it was required by CSRD and some other rules. So we want to cover all requirements related to environmental reporting. So from this wave, you can use water and waste management as well. Okay, let's see what we have there. First, when you set up your account, your new account for water, you can go to sustainability category and choose what you want to track: water intensity or discharge into water. So you can set up for one category both of them, or only one or another. Now, based on what you set it up on your category, you need to make you can make additional configuration in your subcategory to use different formulas. So if you are using water intensity in category, you can set up water intensity factor. This is similar as you had emission factors for different gas emissions. And if you want to track discharge into water, you can set up discharge into water factor. So you can use custom formulas with these two different factors. Okay, what else we have related to water? Related with water, we have new option related to responsibility centers. So we extended a little bit responsibility centers, as we can treat responsibility centers as a facility. This is not mandatory, so you can post all records related to water without setting up a responsibility center. But in some requirements, you need to report what you discharge, what your water intensity was related, and comparing with your total capacity in your facility. So if you want to report this way, you need to set up a responsibility center. What you can do there, you can find the Sustainability Fast tab, water capacity dimension, and this is free textual field. You can enter volume, area, depends what is your capacity dimension you want to use. And then based on this, you need to configure capacity unit and capacity quantity. In capacity unit, you need to use standard unit of measure. And then in capacity quantity, you need to put what is your total capacity related to this facility, or in our case, responsibility center and business central. Okay, now let's switch to waste management. In the waste scope, you can use again category, and you need to choose water waste scope because this is common scope. You have three different scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, auto scope emissions, and plus now we have water and waste scope. You need to choose this one, and then you can enable waste intensity. If you enable waste intensity your category, in subcategory, you can enter your waste intensity factor if you want to track, if you have factors, and choose custom formula. So if you do not have factors, both for waste and water, you can enter your total intensity in your journal, and that's absolutely okay. But this is additional option, so you can use embedded formula into journal. Now let's see some additional things related to water and waste features. When you want to post into journal, so you will enter your amounts, but you need to choose your water waste intensity type. So if you are posting water, you can choose withdrawn, discharge, consume, recycled. And if you want to post waste, you can choose between generated, disposed, recovered. So you must choose one of these intensity types, so we will have a record related to some of these types in your sustainability ledger entry. Then further, if you are choosing water, except this water intensity type, you need to choose water type, and you can choose between surface water, seawater, groundwater, third-party water, produced water. What do I want to emphasize? Both of these options are enums, so you can extend if you have additional option to track. Okay, let's look how it looks like in a practice. First, I will open chart of sustainability account. So business as usual. You already use chart of sustainability account for your emissions. Now you have just new accounts for water and for waste, as you can see on my screen. Now, if you want to set up, first, as I already mentioned, we will move to category, and I will open water category, for example, and then you will see what you can or need to set up, because this is not mandatory. Actually, what is mandatory, you need to choose as an emission scope water and waste, and then you will choose if you want to track water intensity or discharge into water, and you can choose custom formula. On my screen, I didn't choose formula, so this is what I want to show you. If you do not want to use formulas, you can leave this empty. If you want to use formulas, you need to choose custom formula. Only custom formula is related to both water and waste management, and you can add custom value, actually a unit of measure you want to track with your water and waste formulas. Then that's it. Related to categories, you just need to set up what you want to track, actually what you will enforce users to enter into journal line. And then we can look into subcategory. And now when we open subcategory, again, as I said, you can enter, because what you can enter, water and waste intensity factor and discharge into water factor. So again, this is an option. This is not must. So if you have factors, you can enter this factor and then you can use formulas. So if you didn't have any factor, you can easily go into total values and enter your total values you know you want to post. So again, this is an optional. Okay, let's close and let's switch to our journals. When you prepare your journal, I have one example of different options related to water and waste in this journal. What do you need to have? You need to have values before posting in water, minimum, not in all of them. I made this combination, so depends. If you are based on your category, what you decided you want to track. So if you want to track only water intensity, you must have value in water intensity. If you decided to post discharge into water, you must have value there. And the same, if you decided to track waste, you need to have value into waste intensity. So you need to have these values, and then what is done with water and waste, you need to choose, as I already mentioned, water and waste intensity type. Again, this is annual field, so you can choose what you want to track there. And if this is water related, you need to add additional water type, ground, surface, seawater, and other types of water. And that's it. This is what you need to enter ISO Sustainability Journal. After that, you just need to post this journal, and that's it. All these values will finish in your sustainability ledger entry, the same way as you are doing with your emissions. What is the difference with emissions? You can track emissions with Sustainability Journal, with General Journal from this wave, and purchase document. But water and waste intensity, you can track only through Sustainability Journal in this moment. What I wanted to show you additional, because you will have probably some forecasts related to water and waste. So if you have sustainability goals, if you're using sustainability goals, now we added a sustainability goals, water and waste intensity as a targets, as a baseline. So you can track against baseline and you can track against targets. Targets are free values, so this is just your forecast. Baseline is based on your previous period you want to track. So everything is absolutely the same as we had for emissions in scorecards and goals. Only two additional options there. So thank you for watching this session, and I will invite you to watch another sustainability related sessions, because for this wave we have 8 different sessions related to sustainability. Thank you.